Now, I don't normally tread into the murky waters of the apocalypse, the stuff that is hidden. Revelation 13:17, but it's an interesting verse. And no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And the idea about this is about branding people like cattle, and if their beliefs don't square with the beliefs of the authority, then their whole life is ruined. Now, some people have seen this as being a reference to the power of the Roman Empire and the rule of the Emperor Nero, and the way in which Christians were savaged and persecuted, not because they were Christians, but because they refused to scatter incense in front of the statue of the emperor, and therefore acknowledge the power of the court. So if you were taken to court, as indeed today, the first thing that you would do would be to swear on the Bible or whatever holy book you chose, to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, but essentially to accept the authority of the court. And refusing to accept the authority of the court, mocking the authority of the court, brings you into contempt of court, and therefore, actually, an immediate sentence. The same thing was true in the Roman Empire. In the Roman Empire, that immediate sentence was death. So many of the early Christians were not given a death sentence, sent to the lions because they were Christians. They were sent to the lions because they had shown contempt of court, and because they refused to scatter incense before the emperor, and because they had no get-out clause. They couldn't turn around and say, well, I'm Jewish, because they couldn't prove that. And so that mark of the beast was that permission to function in society was denied them, and in the most extreme cases, they were executed. But I'm afraid that the point that suddenly struck me, we are in that position today. The mark of the beast is the imprimatur, the approval of the bank. And when the bank can decide that it's going to participate or support Pride, that it's not going to support the CIT, the Christian charity, that it's not going to support various other charities that that don't approve of this organization or that organization. When the banks are making these decisions about how we live our life, whether it's Gina Miller on the one hand, or Nigel Farage on the other, or the Reverend Richard Fothergill, or all manner of these organizations. I don't care whether I agree or don't agree with Farage or Fothergill or whatever. What I don't like is the idea that a bank is making and imposing moral decisions on us, on what we believe, what we express, our opinions. And that seems particularly disturbing, particularly egregious, and utterly wrong. And this has not been something that has been that has appeared out of the blue. This has been going on for a long time. We only have to look at organizations like Our Duty, which I think was denied a bank account by the Cooperative Bank or something. I can't remember. As I say, the Core Issues organization, which I think Barclays ended up having to pay money to. It doesn't matter whether these organizations are, from my point of view, bigoted, or from my point of view, politically approved. It doesn't matter what I think. And it doesn't matter, it shouldn't matter what the bank thinks. The bank is there to protect our money. The bank is there to perform a service. And if the bank has suddenly become the moral arbiter of our society, that is the mark of the beast, is it not? Surely, as much as it was in first century Rome, as much as it was then, it is now. And I find that disturbing.